Hello everyone, my name is Connor and I review things. And you're probably wondering why I am wearing a bow tie. Well, that's because today we are reviewing something significant and special. That's right, the backpack. So, why am I reviewing the backpack? Well, I've used backpacks for almost all my life. I think they are one of the most useful things that you will ever use. And I love the backpack. That's why I'm going to be reviewing it. With over 450 million backpacks sold every year, you probably think to yourself, man, I need one of those backpack things if you don't have one. And honestly, you probably have a backpack. But how often do you think about your backpack? Let's be real. How often do you think about the use of the backpack? You probably pick it up on your way to work or school and don't think too much of it. But I'm here to tell you today that they are more significant than you think they are. And I'll tell you why. Okay, well, let's give it a little history, right? What is the backpack? And when was it made? Well, we actually have no clue when it was made. I mean, the idea of a backpack is just common sense, right? Again, it's more of just a concept. Let's say you were, hypothetically, if cavemen existed, right? Let's say you were a caveman, okay? And you went to go gather firewood. Well, you're limited by what is on your body, right? If you only have arms or shoulders, you can only carry things on your arms and shoulders. And so what was the solution? We create something that we can carry, but also carries more things than we can carry. And this is where we get the backpack. It could have been a leather strap that was used from animal hide as the strap, right? And the containments, or what is used to hold the things that you are carrying in said backpack. It could be literally any material that they would have scoured up back then. And so we actually have no trace or a mark of when the backpack was made. However, we do have some information pretty early on. We have an Otzi Iceman whose mummy was found in the modern years. It was found and he was carrying what we would call today as a backpack. Now, it didn't look like your modern typical backpack like this or anything of the sorts, but the concept was still there. And we dated this back to 3300 BC, which is pretty old. And so we can assume that backpacks have been around for quite a while. And you'd think that because they have stood the test of time, they are a useful object. And you, my friend, would be absolutely correct. So what are my general thoughts and ideas and concepts of the backpack? Well, I, for myself, enjoy the backpack. I've, like I said, used it quite literally my whole life. It's amazing. Books, pencils, paper, journals, laptop. Those things don't carry well in these bad boys or on these bad boys. But you know what does carry well? Straps. Straps go right over your shoulder and they are great. They are great. And I love them. I love them because here's the thing is when you realize that you're going to need more than one book, you're going to need a laptop and a book. Let's say you're going to work. You need your laptop, your pen, or maybe you are blue collar. You need all your construction tools. How are you going to carry those things around? That's why I love the backpack. It does literally everything that you need, it can carry. That's what it makes it so good, is that you need things. Sometimes you only need one thing, and the backpack is not as necessary. But most often, if you want to go do something, the backpack is necessary. I mean, even think about luggage. I mean, you probably have a personal bag that you take with all your personal items, toothbrush, your favorite stuffed animal, you name it. You probably put that in a backpack. And so I love the backpack. The backpack has been with me for almost all my life. And so I'm going to give it the respect it deserves, okay? And like I said, it's stood the test of time. There was times in my life when I realized that I was just not big enough, me, myself. But I wasn't the man that I thought I was. And you know who pulled through? My backpack. Because I was trying to carry multiple books or journals at once, pens, paper, pencils, you name it, right? And I couldn't do it on my own. I was sitting there struggling. Everything's going everywhere. The backpack was there for me. Stuffed all of it in a backpack, boom, went on with my day. There's been times when I couldn't even fit everything in my backpack. When my backpack was not big enough. And you know what I did? I put that backpack in another backpack. That's right. And then I stuffed more things in the bigger backpack. It's infinite. Well, technically it's not infinite, but you understand. Backpacks are great. Now let's get into the overall review of the backpack. What is my overall review? What would I rate it if I had to rate it? This is tricky because while I adore the backpack very much, still think there's two major issues. And so I'm going to give it an 89. That's right, an 89. And here's why. Well, I already just listed all the great reasons why it's that high in the first place, in 89. But what are my issues with it? What are my issues? So, like I said, sometimes you're going to have a backpack that is not big enough, that can't carry everything. And so that is an issue. However, my counter to that is, well, get a bigger backpack. Or that's not the backpack's fault, that's just your backpack's fault, okay? But how this backpack will run through all backpacks pretty much. This problem I'm about to bring up is that over time, the heavier the things that you get, it's going to strain your back. Your back can only carry so much. And on a strap, it's doing even more work than if it was just on your shoulder, right? And this is just the cost that's going to have to happen because you want to carry many things. And in a way, it's beautiful, is because it teaches us that there's balance. If you want to carry a lot of things, your back might hurt a little bit. And this is okay. Because think about every day that you go to work or school and you pop that bad boy right on your shoulder, strap it up, right? And all the reasons to not like the backpack just go away. They flounder away because you know that it's just making your life so much easier. And that's why I'm going to rate it 89, and why I'm going to rate it so high is because it's been with us so long. We don't even know how far back it goes. We know at least 3300 BC, but probably even before. And so it stood the test of time. And I'm not going to knock it off because of things like your body being the issue. You know what? Maybe you just hit the gym a little more, man. Your back won't hurt as much. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is not a review over your back. It's a review over the backpack, right? And so, yeah, we're going to stick with the 89 score. I like it. I hope you like it as well. If you disagree, or if you have any rebuttals, or if you agree, then let me know. But this has been a review with Connor Does Reviews. I hope that you appreciate your backpack today. Appreciate what it's done for you. And appreciate the maker of it. And let your back not be sore. I'll give you that as well. You're right. Like I said, it's been educational. So thank you for watching, and peace.